Lesson number one, you got the goods. Show me what you got, better to look. Don't let them keep you down, you gotta push. So come on, live with the heart of a lion, cause there's no looking back. And every day that you get up, it's just another chance. And even if all the haters have something wrong with that, you just give it back. Oh, I do what I want, live how I want. Oh, love who I want. I'm so happy. Oh, I do what I want, live how I want. Oh, love who I want. I'm so happy. Take your time, take your time, take your time. The good life and create it overnight. Do it right, do it right, do it right. Cause happy is a word only you can define. So pull yourself up and show your stuff. You got grace, you got style, you the one. From the middle of the city to the cut. We just showing love. Oh, I do what I want, live how I want. Oh, love who I want. I'm so happy. Oh, I do what I want, live how I want. Oh, love who I want. I'm so happy.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to T and Tom's wedding reception. I hope you all enjoyed that beautiful ceremony. My name is Twin, for those who don't know me, and this is Vid, and we have the great pleasure to be your MCs for tonight.
We're both extremely honoured to be MCs for tonight, and we're expecting some great celebrations tonight. It's fantastic that we can all be here to share in Tom and T's joy and love, and I hope you guys have an amazing night. And how was that ceremony? Okay, so we've both had the privilege of knowing Tom and T for a very long time now, long enough to see them grow as individuals and into the beautiful couple they are today. And most importantly, of course, they've grown as our most dearest of friends, yeah? What stood out even from the early days was just how well their relationship fit into our friendship group. Whether we were all hanging out during our high school, during our prime days playing Minecraft, haven't forgiven Tom for burning down my house back in grade 8. We're just catching up, or even when meeting up now, whenever we get the chance, it was obvious that they had this incredible bond, and you know that they were in it for the long haul. So it was all natural that Tom eventually got engaged to T, and it's almost like we've all been waiting for it, and now it's finally happened. We're finally celebrating the day that Tom and T would finally make it official. Now tonight is all about celebrating their love and the beginning of this incredible new chapter. Whether you've known them for years or have just met them for the first time today, they radiate a kind of love and joy that brings people together. So tonight, we're all here to celebrate that love and lifelong adventure they're about to embark on as a married couple.
All right, I'm sure you've all had enough of us yapping by now, so why don't we go ahead and get this party started? Can I get everyone to please put your hands together as we welcome in some very special guests tonight. Without further delay, please welcome our bridesmaids, Jessica, Trook, and Bonnie. And accompanying them, our groomsmen, Kenton, Brian, and Johnny. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. Everyone, as loud as you can, please give it up for our newlyweds, the bride and groom, T and Tom!
So now it's time to hear from the nearest and dearest to T and Tom. We've got an incredible lineup of speeches that will no doubt be filled with love, wisdom, and maybe even a few embarrassing stories. So without further ado, first up, we've got someone who's watched Tom grow from a young boy into the man he is today, his father, Jackson NG. Now, as a parent, he has no doubt seen Thomas go through many of life's important milestones, and tonight he gets to share his thoughts on this special one, so give a warm welcome to Jackson NG. Thanks.
I'm the father of the groom. I apologise about this speech I'm about to give for those who were here last Saturday for the Viet wedding. Lack of a better term, my fiance says this is the wedding for a reception for the white people. I fail to see that because the demographics appears to be very much like Brisbane State High, which is mostly Asian. So perhaps I should give this speech in Cantonese. Perhaps not. After a few drinks, yes. That's my cousin over there. Don't talk to him after a few drinks. It's not worth the trouble. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody who travelled a long way to this reception. Anyone overseas came to this reception? Certainly lots of people from Canada came last week. So welcome to those who drove a long way from Brisbane, those who stayed the night and walked to the venue. We thank you. And just checking, if there are people in this reception who doesn't recognise anybody, you're in the wrong reception. But you're welcome anyway to stay. I'll take this opportunity to welcome the Nguyen family to the NG family and vice versa. I would suggest that T's take up the NG surname sometime. It certainly saves ink. And it's much easier to remember. I've never forgotten my name when I did in my exam, so take that as a guide. So I'd like to say a few words about Tom and T. Now, I must admit that I know Tom a lot better than I know T. But first time I met T, she was in our old house kitchen making us chicken sandwich with Tom. And I didn't realise that Tom was bringing girls home, so I thought it was Millie, and I was wondering why Millie was so cute in her uniform. Then I realised it was actually T. Now, Thomas's mum, Julie, said to me that if I find a girl in Thomas's room, I would go and kill him. I said, well, that's a bit extreme. But as you can see, Thomas is alive and well, so obviously he never got caught. By mum anyway. Enough said. I'm a lot more relaxed than mum in regards to finding girls in certain rooms, just to be clear. What else would I say? Maybe I should say a few words about Tom. I know Tom pretty well. When he was born, he was £9.11, and I think T was £9.3, both fatties. Tom had a head like you wouldn't believe when he was 6 months old, and we plonk him on the sofa and he would just fall over every single time. He couldn't keep his head up. So 9.11 is a pretty big baby. You know that my wife is only a petite little girl. I brought my wrong glasses. I can't read what I've typed. Let me just adjust them. All right, about Tom, hey? Yeah, I shouldn't need these notes to talk about Tom. Just to be serious, he was always a calm type of person, laid back. So laid back that he often is horizontal and asleep all day. But a few things come to mind knowing Thomas. He's a modest type of guy, very quiet. He was actually very good at sports. He was athletics champion at school once or twice. In the Rochdale Development Youth Soccer Team for a number of years. Won the Gold Coast Cup a couple of times. That was a national tournament. One thing that stuck in my mind about Tom's character is that his youth soccer coach, Jason, who used to play in England, says that it doesn't matter where Tom is, he always gets there. So obviously with T, he's also done that, which is nice to know. Both T and Tom were very good students, probably still is, very good students. As you know, T is a medical doctor, and that's not an easy path. And Tom is a Honours 1 graduate from university for engineering. So there you go, well-matched couple. I think genuinely that they were very well matched, and that they're both fine young people. So without further ado, I would like you to charge your glasses, be upstanding, and I propose a toast to young T and Tom for a happy marriage. T and Tom.
Now, next we'll have the father of the bride, Ian Nguyen. Ian has been a guiding figure in T's life, helping her shape into the wonderful woman that she is today. And we know he has some special words to share with us tonight, so please join me in giving a warm round of applause as he makes his way to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, thank you all being here today to celebrate these special days, the marriage of my beautiful daughter, T, to Thomas. A special thanks for all the family and friends who travel all the way far to here to attend today, like my niece and nephew from America, my friends from Canada, and my brothers from Sydney and all travel from Brisbane. I standing here today, look at T, I can't help but very feel deep sense of pride and joy. From the moment she came to the world, she filled our life with love, laughter, and amaze. Growing up, she was very always driven, curious, and determined. And today, I'm proud to say that she has become not an intelligent and accomplished woman, but also a competent, dedicated medical doctor. T, watching you achieve your dream while staying so grounded and humble has been one of the greatest joy of my life. Your strength, kindness, and intellect are quality and admired deeply, and I know that you carry them into the next chapter of your life. Of course, I would be remiss not to mention someone have been instrumental in having raised T to be a wonderful person she is today. My wife, Huynh. Thank you for your unwavering love and guidance, and for always being there for T. It is because of you, and she is a remarkable woman standing before us today. I know she takes after you in many ways, and I'm forever grateful for everything you have done as a mother and a partner. Thomas, we have village of knowing you for many years. Ever since you and me, T, met in high school. It's hard to believe it's been 11 years since you started dating. But even back then, we could see the special bond that you two share. You've always been a source of love, support for T, and it's clearly for everyone to know you that deeply you care for her. I would like also to take the moment to thank Thomas' parents, Jackson and Julie, who raised such a fine young man. You have done an incredible job, and easy to see the value insist in him. Kindness, respect, and love. I know that the quality make Thomas amazing husband to T. The journey you share from high school friend to partner for life and testament of strength you love and commitment to each other. Your relationship be built on trust, friendship, and mutual respect. It has been privileged to witness your love grow over the years. As you embark this new adventure together as husband and wife, I have no doubt that your future will be filled with even more love, laughter, and cherished memory. My advice to both of you is to continue support each other, dream as you always have, and to never forget the importance of the friendship in your marriage. So let us raise the last to T and Tom. May your marriage to be filled with endless love, deep friendship, and lifetime happiness. To the bride and the groom. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ian, for your wonderful words. Now, the next speaker is someone that I'm really excited to hear speak. Just to give a brief introduction, he's one of Tom's oldest and closest friends, one of the groomsmen today. Now, he's a pro athlete, CSGO pro, Bronze 4 in League of Legends, Jet main. He's a bit shy and nervous today, so please make him feel welcome. The one, the only, Kenton Leo.
Thanks, Viet, of course, and good evening, everyone. Hope you all been enjoying yourselves so far. For those who don't know me, my name's Kenton, and I've had the pleasure of being one of the groomsmen today. I like to actually call myself the self-proclaimed best man. He didn't actually pick one. Then none of them wanted to do a speech, so it's me. Tom, I know you didn't have the courage to tell the other two, though, so. So I've always believed in true love. You see, one day you meet someone, of course, start talking to them, develop feelings for each other, compliment each other's imperfections, and you go on a few dates. All of a sudden then, you start meeting each other's families, parents, relatives, and then the next thing you know, you're here. So to T, as being one of the best man, being the best man, I have a few stories to tell you about your new husband. Now it's officially official. So I know you let Tom play games every night, pretty much. 3 a.m. But did you know Tom's actually one of the worst gamers out of all of us? No matter what he says. But we also do thank you for letting him spend the time with us to play this games. He's always quite persistent to try to get better than all of us. We also do still hope you continue to let him play games with us now that you're married. Tom can be stubborn with these sort of things, but at the end of the day, you do know he means well. And like, get me started with badminton. I'm sure you already know he's crap, like it's crazy. He doesn't understand any rotations or anything in doubles. So T and Tom, as we witness the challenges you both overcome over these past years, and the new ones that lay ahead, I'm confident that you'll have each other's backs through it all like two peas in a pod. Like the odds of running a straight flush or catching a shining Pokemon, you both have achieved something extraordinary. Through all the ups and downs, the tears of joy, or the tears of sorrow, your enduring love for each other gives us hope for the rest of us. By the rest of us, I mean you, B. Where's your ring? Nah, I'm joking. I'm actually directing the question at Twin. She's gonna be waiting forever, you know, mate. Don't be too amped, Joy. Now, all jokes aside, of course, T and Tom, on behalf of all of us and friends and family, we of course like to thank you for letting us share a part of your journey today. And with that being said, I'd like to raise the glasses to T and Tom again. Thank you for letting us celebrate this special day with you.
Thanks, Kenton. He really wanted everyone to know that he did not get any help with that speech and wrote that all by himself. Our next speaker is someone that's known T for nearly her entire life. It's one of her dearest friends, and tonight's maid of honor, it's Jessica Castles.
I'm going to try not to be the snotty mess that I was at the ceremony. If you saw me covering my mouth, it's because I was snot all over the place because I was crying. I can't tell you how surreal it is to actually be standing up here and making this speech right now. And I'm probably going to cry again many times, so there'll be intermissions. It feels like only yesterday T and I were just little girls sitting in the backyard in Middle Park making plans for our future. In those plans, we were going to be maid of honor at one another's wedding. And somehow we'd both be marrying Aaron Taylor-Johnson. So, don't know what happened there. T, I can't tell you how happy I am to be standing here and making this speech as your maid of honor today. And I'm so, so happy that we no longer have to fight over who gets Aaron. It's truly a full circle moment. But seriously, everything worked out exactly as we said it would. T is now a medical doctor. And I am now the best friend of a medical doctor. I remember the day we first met. It was the first day of year one, and I remember feeling really, really nervous until I looked up and I saw my mum talking to your mum. Sorry, it's far too early for this. It all started in year one. I looked up and saw my mum talking to your mum, and the picture of them talking in my mind is actually so clear because I remember feeling this sense of relief that I would have a friend that day. And then that friend turned into 7 years of being completely insufferable. Oh my God, sorry. And over 20 years of friendship. There were probably some years that I spent more time with T's family than I did my own. Together, we created countless Sims and deleted more than one pool ladder. We had shared custody of our Nintendogs. Rest in peace, Jerome. We collected hundreds of Neopets that are probably out there in the ether, famished and parched. Together, we took thousands of photos. We wrote at least 3 screenplays, one of which was based on the people at our primary school. Sorry, Johnny. We wrote an album and designed the cover art. And we made up ridiculous games to pass the time, like Flip a Shoe, which is exactly what it sounds like. We grew up and we experienced the best of life's small moments together. And now I get to stand up here and celebrate one of life's biggest moments, your wedding. T, my life would have been so incredibly different without you. You were more than a best friend. You were my family, and you were a part of me. Tom. I remember when I first found out about you. It was a fine summer's day. In year 8 or 9, I can't quite remember. And T and I were sitting on her bed watching She's the Man for the 47th time. T gets up to go to the bathroom, leaving her phone on the bed like a fool. Suddenly, said phone starts buzzing, and buzzing, and buzzing. I look over. Emojis I had never seen before. Very romantic, very cutesy, very boyfriend. I also see a name I had never heard before, Thomas. He comes back from the bathroom, I black out. I genuinely don't remember anything else from this interaction, and I'm actually convinced that I blacked out, finding out that my best friend of so many years had finally found a boyfriend, even though we were only 14. It doesn't really matter what happened next, though, because we all know how this story ends up. Tom, you're a man of few words, and as somebody who can't be quiet, I respect that. The unwavering and unconditional love that you have for T shines through her every day. For the 14 years since you met, she has stayed the same lively, sarcastic, hilarious, optimistic person, and I know that that is a reflection of the way that you love her. Together, you two make the most beautiful couple, and if the last decade has been any indication, you have forever to look forward to. Thank you for taking care of my best friend, for loving her as she deserves, and for giving her the life that we dreamed of when we were just little girls, sitting in the backyard in Middle Park. Cheers.
Best castles, everybody. Definitely not the snotty mess you were this morning. Our next speaker certainly has a way with words, isn't someone that's afraid of a good chat. Everyone please give it up for Bonnie Lee.
Actually wasn't a part of the speech role, but I made you add me anyways, because I want to tell you how much you mean to me. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honoured to stand here today to congratulate my best friend, T. As she marries the love of her life, Thomas. I've had the privilege of witnessing their love story since their high school days, and let me tell you, these two have been inseparable from the start. I've seen firsthand the way they care for each other so deeply and how they perfectly complement one another. T, we shared so many laughs, tears and cheese together. You gave me in ways I can't explain, sometimes even better than I understand myself. We have written so many love letters to each other in the past 13 years, to the point Nam thought I had a secret lover. So I'm sure my letters have covered what an awesome human being you are, but I just want to say it out loud. You have been my absolute rock. Without you, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't have the confidence to be who I am. I wouldn't be able to laugh as loud. And you make me proud to be unapologetically me. You make life better, and you truly light up the world like nobody else. Your laughter is infectious, your kindness is endless, and your loyalty is unmatched. T, you're the type of friend who lets me copy your maths homework every single week without fail. You're the type of friend who learns the board games and teaches everyone after without complaining. You're the type of friend who would pay the taxi driver $100 after someone's been underage drinking and bathed in it. You're the type of friend who cries when I cry. The type of friend who will karaoke Celine Dion with you when your heart is broken. The type of friend you hope everyone gets to meet in their lifetime. It's hard to put into words just how much you mean to me and to everyone who's lucky enough to know you. And today, I'm so happy to see you as someone who understands and loves you as much as you deserve. So here's to TNT and to the beautiful journey you guys will continue to share. And in our own famous last words, F you, let's get fired up. Congratulations.
It's hard for me to imagine Tom as a little brother, but our next two speakers have had the joy of watching him grow up and become the man that he is today. Can everyone please give it up for Tom's older sisters, Lucy and Emily?
Sorry, it's a bit blurry because I don't have my glasses, so I apologise. So, friends and family, thank you all for being here today to celebrate such a special day, Tom and T's wedding. Duh. Emily and I are Tom's older sisters and would like to say a few words about our little brother and his wonderful new wife, T. Just to let you know, I did initially try to use ChatGPT to write this speech because I'm lazy, if you know me, with the prompt, write a funny wedding speech from POV, older sister to younger brother. He is sporty, smart and funny. Anyway, I'll let you decide how successful that endeavour was. Em and I were so excited to have a little brother to play with when he was born. He had the trademark NG head circumference, which you've all heard about. Without getting into, eugenics and stuff. But anyway, he also had the matching chubby cheeks to boot. I'm not sure if we dressed him up like a doll. We usually just sang at him and probably annoyed the shit out of him on a regular basis. He liked the original Thomas the Tank Engine, of course, with Ringo and the Fat Controller, when it was still okay to fat shame. He could spend hours playing along with his Action Man dolls as well. And then, sorry about this, Tom Tom was a very demure, very thoughtful, very cutesy little boy. I'm just going to clarify that I definitely didn't consult ChatGPT because I'm not nearly as lazy as Lucy. I was 3.5 when Tom was born, and in all the family photos of us in Mum's hospital room, I'm crying. But I want to reassure everyone that I wasn't crying because I was sad to have a little brother. I was crying because I wasn't allowed to hold him, or at least that's what Mum said about it. My recollection of the early years with Tom are a mix of my own memories and stories that Mum liked to tell. So sometimes it's a bit hard to know where one stops and the other one starts. But Mum liked to tell the story of the time when we were on a family road trip, and Tom probably would have been around 4 at the time, and he lost his pajama pants. And we searched high and low for those pants, and we just couldn't find them anywhere. And then later in the day, when Mum took Tom to the bathroom at a service centre, she heard him exclaim, "Oh, I found them, there they are," or something like that. And he had been wearing them the whole time under his pants. She also liked to tell the story of how Tom really wanted a little sister after seeing Boo in Monsters, Inc. And fortunately for Tom, just a week or 2 after the movie came out, I had to Google the release date to figure out the timing of this, our sister Amelia was born. Oh, yeah. So it probably wasn't easy for Tom growing up in a family with us 3 sisters. But of course, Thomas took it in his stride. Naturally, being the only boy meant he was good at sports and a big mama's boy. Stereotypes. Weekdays and weekends were filled with endless hours of soccer training, tennis lessons, match days. We have very fond memories watching Tom play in grand finals here in the Gold Coast, but the canteen snacks were the best part. After Tom started soccer training when he was about 6, I used to catch him at school slide galloping around the place as his primary method of getting from A to B. He showed potential to be a pro footballer from an early age because whenever he and I got into an argument, he would fall to the ground and feign injury and he'd call out for Mum, which was a very effective way of ending the argument. Tom also liked to be dropped to school early so he could play handball with his friends before school started. And unfortunately for me, that meant that I also had to be dropped at school at the same time. And in the car on the way there, Tom and Dad would play We Will Rock You at full volume through the car stereo system every single day. I think that was Tom's pump-up song. Not really my idea of starting the day at 7:30 in the morning with that song, but anyway, I can't hear that song and not think of that. I'm going to skip the teenage years because that was mostly Tom gaming in his room, at least from my perspective. Of course, though, it was during those years that Tom met T, but it wasn't a little later until I got to know T really well. So I won't harp on about State High, but I guess you wouldn't all be here without it. I don't know if I have to explain that, but it's 3 generations of State High kids in the family, and our parents met, so woohoo, State High. T enters left into Tom's life. I'm pretty sure making it infinitely better. Up until this point, the best thing Tom had going was staying up till 3 in the morning, no scoping on Call of Duty and Halo. Sounds like not much has changed apparently. But considering, two super clever, kind, ambitious kids meeting faithfully on that day at State High in the classroom, I don't think they could have imagined what their life would turn out to be all these years later. My husband Luke and I, we hung out with Tom and T quite a lot when Tom and I rented an apartment together in Yeronga, and we would watch TV shows, both good and bad. Tipping Point, if anyone watches that show. We'd play board games, and as someone already said, T was the one that always read the rules and still does. We'd have brunch and we'd go to the movies together. And I really enjoyed living with Tom as an adult. I think we got on a lot better than we did as kids. And for the most part, things went really smoothly. That being said, living with Tom did nearly destroy my marriage. Well, my husband Luke says that's a slight exaggeration, but the problem was that Tom would have a long nap in the evening, and then he'd wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and cook dinner, and according to Luke, he'd be banging every single pot and pan in the kitchen that you could imagine and slamming every door on his way in and out of his room. I personally actually never heard it, but I'd never hear the end of it the next day from Luke, and I did see the evidence of all the pots and pans in the kitchen the next morning, so I believe it to be true. Tom can be a bit introverted and a bit of a homebody, and I'd say that Lucy and I are like that too, but T is the perfect counterbalance to that. So she's more social and she's more adventurous than Tom, and I think she encourages him to go places and do things that he wouldn't otherwise do. And I do often marvel at your Instagram, T, and wonder how you always know where the best restaurants and cafes are. Everyone who knows T knows how intelligent and hardworking she is. But reassuringly, like Lucy and me, she's not necessarily the most street smart person in the world. And I think one example of that is the story that Tom likes to tell of the time that T was trying to use a screwdriver like a hammer to try and fasten a nail, or a screw, sorry. But she's in really good company amongst the NG sisters because we're not very practical either. That's not true. No kidding. So we would like to officially welcome T into the NG family. Sorry. You already know what to expect. Weekly family dinners, painful board game nights with us, one night Ultimate Werewolf, IOU birthday dinners and presents, and annual family vacays to the Gold Coast. Speaking of birthdays, shout out to Aiden Willoughby, as this is his 17th birthday today. Tom and T, we know you've already been there for each other through so many ups and downs, but we're so happy to be here today to celebrate the lifelong commitment you've made to each other and to share your special day with you. We're wishing you guys a lifetime of love and happiness together. On that note, I'd like everyone to raise their glass once again to the happy couple, Thomas and T. Cheers! Woo-hoo!
Good evening, everybody, and thank you all so much for coming to celebrate our marriage. Firstly, we'd like to thank the beautiful venue and staff for hosting us, and also a massive thank you to all of our wonderful vendors. We are beyond grateful that we are able to celebrate with all of you tonight. Everyone in this room has had an influence on our lives, and we wouldn't be here where we are today without you all. Thanks to everybody who has spoken tonight, and to all of our MCs, you guys have done a fantastic job. We would like to acknowledge some special guests who have travelled long distances to be here tonight. My bridesmaid, Trook, who has travelled from London to keep me sane. Brian and Marina, the groomsmen and his partner from Adelaide. My extended family from America. And Tom's former colleagues, Paul, Marcus, Autumn and their partners from Victoria.
We'd like to start by giving our heartfelt gratitude to those nearest and dearest to us. Growing up, I never missed a sports game, training session, or cello lesson, even against my own will. I always had the newest football boots, tennis rackets, and video games. By all standards, I was extremely spoiled. When T and I started dating, my mum was initially apprehensive that I was in a committed relationship by the age of 16. Funnily enough, Gran had similar sentiments. Must be a fern thing. Gran once said to me, in front of my siblings, "It's okay to be a gigolo for a couple of years, especially when you're younger." T would occasionally come over to the NG household after school, unbeknownst to T's mum. This is where Julie quickly discovered that T was a top of the class OP1 student, aspiring doctor, and beautiful. She quickly changed her tune, often threatening me. "You better be treating her right." Dad, thank you for funding tonight's celebrations. Everyone please make sure you go to the bar and order the most expensive spirits available. Dad's informed me that his credit card limit is 30K, so let's hit that KPI. Dad might not be aware of this, but he also funded the foundation of T and I's relationship. He gave all of his kids a generous tuck-shop allowance of $50 a week, which with inflation is now roughly equivalent to my weekly rent.
You really can't do double
I can't. This money was not only going towards feeding me, but also providing T with a daily ham and cheese panini. I'm fairly certain that this is the main reason why T and I are together today.
As convention goes, my parents established a rule that I was not allowed to date until university. Naturally, Tom and I's relationship began in secrecy. One day before school, I sat down to have breakfast, and Mum looked at me and said, "I had a dream that you were dating a white boy called Thomas." I thought my life was over. Surprisingly, she took it pretty well. She said to me, "You're going through a phase. It'll blow over, just keep up your grades." As a matter of fact, Mum referred to Thomas as my good friend for the first few years of our relationship. 11 years later, my phase is still going strong, and Tom has been promoted to husband. Mum, Dad, you have both always supported me through every step and cared for me in your own ways. I cannot thank you both enough for taking care of me my entire life, and at least now that's officially Tom's job.
Lucy, Em, and Mill, we very occasionally got along growing up. Millie, you might not believe this, but there was a time before the internet where Lucy, Em, and I would play board games or go outside. Often this would result in tears, which would then try to shush that person who was crying to avoid trouble. That was a typical day in the life of a sibling. Usually, it would be Lucy and I bullying Emily. One time this led to Em kicking the sliding back class door in frustration, which much to her surprise, shattered. We disguised it as an accident, and somehow we did not get in that much trouble. We've come far since then. The passing of Mum has brought us all closer together. I'm really proud of all of you. Lucy, while you were working as a pharmacist and supporting 3 children, you managed to get into medicine the same year as T. Emily, throughout our lives, you've shown me how to study and work hard and play the corporate game of snakes and ladders, sometimes to your own mental and physical detriment. We're so excited for the newest addition to our family, and we know you and Luke will be amazing parents. Millie, you recently graduated and are now working as a physiotherapist. More importantly, we are proud of you for finally getting your driver's license. I know I don't say this often, but I love you guys.
B, yes, you. Thank you for being my older brother, although somehow I now get mistaken for your older sister, despite us being 7 years apart. Thank you for picking me up from high school in peak hour traffic because Mum didn't think I was capable of catching public transport. Then maybe she was right to worry because as soon as she trusted me to take the train, I made up excuses and went to Tom's house. It is thanks to you that I have a thick skin, developed from your constant reminder that I was adopted and found in a trash can in Vietnam. Which makes no sense because you were the one who was born in Vietnam. Despite all the childhood trauma, I still love you. In all seriousness, we'd like to thank our families for the love and support through the years and our parents and grandparents who have sacrificed so much to afford us the privileges and opportunities that we have been given.
We are also very fortunate to share the same groups of friends since high school. Most of them are here tonight. Thank you guys for always being there for us. To my boys, we may not talk about it, but during my tough times in my life, being able to always jump online and talk shit was a welcome de-stressor. I know I'm a pain in the ass, but thanks again for sticking around.
To all of my friends, you all know how much you mean to me. I would be lost without you guys, and I can definitely be high maintenance at times. So thank you for sharing the load with Tom. Now has come the time for a bit of TNT history. The year is 2010. We're both in grade 8 and both still the same height. We both had weekly music lessons. Tom cello and I piano. It would be our thing to tease one another about our upcoming lessons. As everybody knows, teasing is the highest form of flirting. One day, I texted Tom something along the lines of, haha, you have cello after school. And he replied, oh, actually I don't, I quit. I was like, what do you mean? I was so bad. How dare you quit cello without telling me? That was a pivotal moment for me. I shocked myself at the level of betrayal that I felt, and it suddenly dawned on me that I had become deeply invested. And here we are, 14 years later. I could not be more deeply invested if I tried. Your mess is mine and mine yours.
Our high school relationship consisted of skipping assembly and going to South Bank. We'd bring a change of clothes so we'd get accepted into South Bank cinemas during school hours. And afterwards, we'd eat at the Crepe Cafe.
One time, we got a slice of pizza and Tom ducked to the bathroom. In that time, an ibis swooped in and stole my slice of pizza. Tom returned and said, wow, you ate that really fast. You must have been hungry. And I was too embarrassed to tell him that I was outsmarted by a bin chicken. And I never told him until years later. I just went hungry.
I used to catch a train in the 454 bus to get to T's house, travelling over an hour just to get to Middle Park and hang out with her. We were both relieved when one of us finally got their driver's license. T has never let me live it down and she got hers first and drove us everywhere for 6 months.
Tom has definitely made up for that now, as I fall asleep in just about every car ride over 20 minutes long. After high school, I went to QUT to study medical imaging, and Thomas went to UQ for engineering. The hardest part about beginning university was not seeing Tom every day, but even more so, having to pay for my own lunch. Who knew food was so expensive? Tom helped me study for the GAMSAT, where I definitely tested his patience. He would explain the concept of derivatives, and I could conceptualize meters per second, but for the life of me, could not understand meters per second per second. What do you mean there's a second per second? Somehow, I managed to get into medicine at UQ and was so excited to be reunited with Tom at uni for his last year. In reality, Tom never went to campus and we met up for lunch exactly once. Moving forward into our early adulthood, Thomas moved to Melbourne for 2 years for a new job when I was in my final 2 years of med school. Although he really enjoyed this job and it provided him with great opportunities, we realized that nothing is more valuable than being close to the people you love. Since moving back at the beginning of the year, we've been living together and we can't imagine it any other way. We are beyond excited for this new chapter in our lives, which hopefully involves babies soon.
Once again, we'd like to thank you all for being here tonight. It truly means the world to us. Here's to love and those phases you really never truly get over. Everyone, can you please raise your glasses for one last time? And let's hit that bar tablet. Cheers.
Coming out of my cage, doing just fine. Gotta be down. Want it all. Started out with a kiss and did it end up like this. Only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep. She's calling a cab while he's having a smoke. She's taking the drag and they're going to bed. My stomach is sick, it's all in my head. She's touching his chest now. He takes off her dress now. Let me go. I just can't look, it's killing me, and it's taking control. Jealousy turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes. I'm Mr. Brightside tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for our bride.
When you're looking at me